Thank you very much. With that, we want to call on the CEO of this wonderful center to give us a little talk to the president. The ball is in your court.
Thank you. Welcome you all to ACLC, African Community Resource Center. Because of time, we will shorten some of the speech. So the purpose of gathering today is we are coming to have immigration dialogue. So that means a lot of people have a lot of questions. And if you ask your friends, if you ask your family members, they tell you different stories. Somebody will tell you another story. But now we have people who have learned. We have the certificate to tell you the truth. So we welcome you guys to this program. Feel free, this is your place. We have snacks here, we have drinks, we have water. Have fun. Welcome everyone.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. CEO. So with that said, we want to invite on floor, Madam, to come and speak to us about make your presentation to us. Thank you.
I'm not sure there's much to present other than I'm an attorney. Any questions you have, just feel free to ask. It doesn't have to be formal. You can just get up, ask. You don't even have to get up. Just any questions, I'm going to try to answer them for you. I've been doing immigration for many, many years. I told you I don't have to introduce myself. Some people know me already. My office is very close, walking distance from here. And if you call me this Thursday afternoon, I forgot what time, between 3 and 5, you can call me, get free consultation.
Thank you.
If you come to the office, you pay a little something, but my fees are normally minute compared to what other attorneys will charge. I try to work with the community. I mainly do family petitions. I don't do a lot of asylum cases, but I do family petitions, and I help you with any issues. If you need to leave the country, come back for your visa because you entered without a visa, I do those kind of issues. So anything that I can do to help, just call upon me. Yeah.
My question is, when you are a green card holder, and if you travel to Africa, let's take about 1 or 2 months, and if you become due to become a citizen, does it affect your going back?
Yes, yes. It does break the rhythm. You're supposed to be here the 12-month period. If you break that and you go, you spend 3 months, 6 months, the clock starts running again. So yeah, I always suggest to people, if you have a green card, 3-5 years, and you can get your citizenship, just get it. It makes life a lot easier for everything. Whether you're traveling, whether you're getting your Social Security later, whatever the situation is, you're better off just doing your citizenship.
So you have to be in the country for 5 years without leaving.
Well, you can leave, but if you overstay, if you stay out of the country, you know how you go for 6 months and
okay.
3
What
months.
about if you stay like 1 month or 2
1
months?
month is vacation, so that's not a problem.
That's what I want to know.
That's just vacation.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you came from Ghana, let's say from Ghana with a visa, do you have the right to file for asylum or seek for asylum?
You can, if you do it within 1 year of your arrival.
What if you are more than 1 year?
More than 1 year,
You
forget. Yeah, it's
are
within a year.
Okay, thank you.
And you apply for a work permit for 3 months and no receipt. What can be the cost?
There could be a lot of reasons. It could be the petition you file. There may be mistakes with it. A lot of times what happens is that you file the petition, they have information in there on you, and there is a conflict. Some date, some birth date, something, and when they look up your file, they have to hold on to it for further review. So it's really, really important that you get the information correct. You can't have a birthday of 1959 on one document and 19 something else on another document. The computer is going to pick it up. If you also have any criminal history, domestic violence or so, it's like you're dead before you start. So those may be the reasons that it's being held up. If it's not filled out correctly, if it's not signed, all kinds of reasons can delay.
Another question. What about, I want to know a time frame if you file for, let's take your case back home in Africa. How long does it supposed to take?
Are you a citizen?
No, a green card holder.
Oh, it'll take a lot longer than if you're a citizen, you're looking at maybe 6 to 8 months generally.
Okay.
Since we had COVID, it can run you a couple of years now. It's been 3 years, some of them. If you're a green card holder, it's longer. And there's no telling, it could be 5 years or so. If you're eligible to be a citizen, file for the citizenship, get that, and it moves everything along a lot faster. The petition is approved a lot sooner.
You can sit down if you want to sit down.
No, it's okay.
If you're in a case with a husband and wife, right? Wife lives in Jamaica, lives on Ireland.
Okay.
The husband is a U.S. citizen.
Right.
So he's filing from the Jamaica end, where the wife will do the interview.
I can't hear it.
Can you stand up to your hand to raise up and
Being blocked.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I was saying
The
that.
husband is in Jamaica?
No.
The husband is
U.S.
here.
U.S. citizen.
He's a citizen?
Yes.
Okay.
The Jamaica, no, he's filing for her and the daughter, but on the application, the daughter did not get a I-130 filed for her separate.
How old is she?
She's 5.
Okay.
So she was just added to the application form. So my question is, when that wife goes for the interview in Jamaica, is it possible for the child to get a green card, being that an I-130 was not submitted for her?
Is the child his child?
Not biologically, no.
It's not his biological child?
No.
There may be some
They?
there may be some issues there. If it is a biological child, it can go on the same petition as her. If it is not his biological child, then there may be some questions that may need to be answered.
So it may not be possible for her to get the green
It
card?
is possible, but it's very unlikely.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Since she's under 16, he should file for her as a stepchild.
Okay.
Anyone under 16 and you're married to the other parent, you can file as a stepchild, and it comes in once he adopts her as a stepchild.
Thank you.
Actually, the process of a person who has filed, who came with the visa, and
What kind of visa?
Ghana, like from Ghana to where you said it's a visiting visa.
Okay.
Yeah, and spend about like 1.5 years. You said, what in that process? What can he do to be?
He came with a visitor's visa,
Yes.
and he's in the process of doing what?
Like
And
he
he has
to overstay.
Oh, you overstay. Okay, and
More
you're
than 1
looking
year.
to get your green card now.
Yeah, and he wants to like stay in the United States. What should he do?
Well, here's the thing. That's something we would have to talk one-on-one.
So my question is, if I'm a green card holder, right? Then I was coming back home. I have a child. I didn't put my child on my petition. But now I'm here already. I wanted to file for my child. Can I do that? Yeah. Once I didn't add her on the first application.
How old is the child, and why didn't you add her on the first application?
Because he was scared.
It's okay. You can file for the child.
Oh, okay.
So, in case of somebody with, I hear you when you talk about criminal cases like domestic violence. What class does it have to be? Does it have to be a misdemeanor or?
Normally it's a felony, but if you beat your wife or beat your husband, domestic violence is taken by immigration, is taken as serious as if it's murder. Domestic violence and drugs, you're almost dead in the water. I mean, the waivers that you may be able to get through later, but those are two crimes that they take extremely serious. Yeah. You probably get away with murder more than you get away with domestic violence or drugs. You just can't. It's serious.
So, but then there have to be some court documents that support that again.
That what?
Some court documents to support that, right?
To support?
Because domestic violence in our African community, sometimes a lot of them, they end up with the police and
Exactly.
It never goes to the courts or anything.
If it ends up with the police, the chances are it's gonna go to court. If you get arrested, you go to court. Now, how the case ends is important. Was it dismissed? Were you convicted? Did you plead guilty? There's so many different things. If that's an issue you have, I can talk to you about it because I do criminal law too.
Just a general question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask about some basic documentations. Assuming you have entered the United States of America, maybe a B1, B2 visa, I mean, just to be part of the American dream. You are here. Something like driving is a basic in living. I mean, in trying to obtain a good living. But I just want to find out that the law permits, maybe you came with an international driving license from Ghana, you are on a B1, B2 visa visitor, and you have decided to be part of the dream. For reasons that only known to you, that you just want to be here. I just want to find out, is there a possibility that probably you can use your own license to obtain
Use what?
your license that you brought from Ghana to obtain 1 year, at least just for drive only or something?
The answer is no.
Okay.
You can't just walk into the country and decide I'm going to be part of it. If you came in here legally with a visa, you are documented. You hear people talk about undocumented. Everybody that's illegal is not undocumented. You're undocumented if you come through the border and you did not have any type of documentation. If you came here with a visa and then you overstayed, you're documented.
You are documented?
You are documented. If you come in from the Mexican border or you stow away on a truck or something and you just get into the country, you are undocumented. So there's two separate things. Now, if you get into the country, whether you come in legally or illegally, and you don't obtain legal status like a green card, then you can't just, do as you please. You're still illegal. And you have to find ways to become legal. So
I think those ways are why some of us are here.
I agree.
I know there are more questions
and that is why I say some of these questions I would want to talk to you personally, because you don't want to expose your business. Yeah. But yes, there's ways that, whether it's through a spouse, a child, an employer, various situations, you can adjust your status. Your most difficult thing is if you come in undocumented, meaning that there's no visa, and you want to adjust your status, the chances are you have to leave the country and come back. And how that is done is very, very important, because you could leave the country and not be able to get back in if it is not done correctly.
Thank you.
Yes, so say I am a green card holder. I have a child who is 20 years old back in Jamaica. I'm going to file for that child or submit a petition. He doesn't have a visa. How soon would that case be resolved?
Every country is different. Jamaica is probably, you're looking at a few years. It depends on when the visa number becomes available. How long have you been a green card holder? Oh, well, if the person's a green card holder for more than 5 years, just get your citizenship and make life easy. That's the simplest way. Just apply and get your citizenship. It makes life a lot easier, less questions. And one of the things that happened over the last several years, when you had a green card, the green card was indefinite. You have a green card and that's it. Now you have a 10-year green card. You have a 5-year green card or whatever. But the difference is that when you leave the country and you're coming back, every time you enter in the country, the officer can run your name, he can look at you and decide whether you are fit to enter the country again or not. It's like filing an application all over again, except it is by the officer right there. So if you're eligible to get a visa, citizenship, don't hesitate.
Say that again, excuse me. Could you say that again? Someone with a green card goes out of the country, and the officer,
they can, yeah, well, they not.
You can come in or not again.
Yes,
Why?
because if he runs your name in the computer and something nefarious comes up, he can stop you there and determine whether you should enter the country or you have to go through another process. If there's a warrant for your arrest, there was an article I was reading with this lady. She came in here from England, pregnant, had a baby, went back to England, did not pay the hospital bills, and she's on her way back now, pregnant again. She's having another baby. And that's when she was stopped. So the computer now is like, you can't get away with a lot of stuff. And if you have a criminal record, they're gonna pick it up. That's why it's so important. If you can get that citizenship, get your citizenship. It's very important.
So there's a misconception. There's a little confusion that I understand that after your green card, just after you get your green card, is it also possible for you to just apply for your citizenship?
No.
Or you have to wait a period of time?
You have to wait a period of time. If you are married to a U.S. citizen, the waiting period is 3 years. If you're not, it's normally 5 years.
Please, let's say someone coming, he crossed the border and come in, and after getting his working permit and everything, and still his court date hasn't been. No court date.
No
court date.
Okay, but when you say no court date, did you apply for asylum?
Yeah, he filed for asylum, but no court date. Is it a good news or bad news?
I like that.
It's good news that you're in the country, you're legal because they know that you're here. It's bad news because you have to wait so long. But it's all good because you're here. You don't have to run from immigration. They know you're here. So did you file the application and everything already?
Yes.
Okay.
And
How
you get
long?
your working documents and everything.
Right. How long?
Let's say 1 year.
Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. You're good.
Okay. Thank you.
So I have another question. So my question is, I'm a female.
Doesn't look like it to me.
A female. I get married to a citizen. And there's a little abuse.
Oh, wait, stop right there. A little abuse.
Abuse or a little abuse?
Abuse.
So
I'm a female.
You're a female.
Undocumented.
Undocumented,
Yes.
meaning that you came here without a visa?
B1, B2.
Well, again,
Okay.
you're documented.
Okay, documented.
Okay, but you're illegal.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
And my husband is a citizen.
Okay,
We get married,
I know where you're going.
and he's a citizen.
I'll ask a
And
question for you.
he's
I
abusing
am
me.
married to a U.S. citizen,
And I
but
wanted
we
to
are
seek for
not,
divorce.
and also we don't marry in the
I will
US.
still get
So
there's a
question is, do you
way
have
I
green
can
card
still
or
get
you don't
my
have it?
green card through that, or I still need to wait for everything to.
Okay, so is he abusing you because you say so?
Yes.
Or is he abusing you because you call the police and there's documentation that he's abusing you?
Because he he wanted to file for me. So
he's using that as a weapon. Yeah. So if you're being abused, whether you're here legally or illegally, there's no need to stand for it. You can call the police. People get scared. Say, because I don't have my papers, I can't call. You can call the police. They're not going to arrest you. The police is not going to arrest you because you're illegal.
Also, we were married in Bahrain.
Bahamas.
No, not Bahamas.
Bahrain?
Bahrain, yeah. Not in the US now. We are no more. And I only came with visa for a period of year. So what? She
let
need
me
an.
understand it. I'm not sure I understand.
So what she mean is, she married to a citizenship.
U.S. citizen.
The husband is a citizen.
Okay, and where is she right now?
Here.
Okay.
So she came with a visit.
A visitor's visa.
Yes, and then now they are no more there.
Okay.
So what should we do?
Did he file for her? Did he petition for her as yet?
Okay, this
He
question
never
is for
petitioned
you.
for her.
I have to.
I think from indication, what she's trying to say is that the lady came here and got married to a U.S. citizen.
Right.
And now the marriage has ended. They
Right.
are no more married again. And
Right.
What kind of marriage is recognized? Like, if say somebody's married outside the U.S.
Yeah.
Best question. Best
Are
question.
they recognizing that those certificate, or you have to be married here?
Okay. Doesn't matter where you're married. It's whether or not you are married. It's not valid. It's as simple as that. You can't be married to two people at the same time. Now, you would have to get your divorce from the person in Ghana. And you're here, right? You can file the divorce here. You can serve the person in Ghana and get your divorce here and move forward and get married again.
Yeah, how about in the case
Val,
where I
which class are you
let's say
talking about?
US
Huh?
citizen marries you outside the US.
Say it again.
Like, if a US citizen marries you outside the US,
Uh-huh.
can you file using that certificate from that country outside the US?
If you are a U.S. citizen
And then I
and you went to somewhere else and got married,
and got married,
Uh-huh.
and then I bring the certificate. Can that certificate be like
Yeah.
The marriage certificate.
yeah, it's marriage. The
Okay.
difference though is divorce.
Oh,
So if two people are here from Ghana, you got married in Ghana. People come to me with this all the time. You get married in Ghana, both of you are here, right? And now you want to get a divorce. And you get your uncle or your father or someone to stand in your place, right? To get that divorce. It's not good. It's not good. One of the parties must be in Ghana in order for it to be the divorce to happen in Ghana. At least one person should be there. Otherwise, it's not valid.
Question pertaining to that. So we do the traditional stuff.
So
So what you implying is that if they don't make it official, then it's not legit. So what if they do the traditional marriage back home?
Your traditional marriage is not documented. It's just like what used to be common law, where you just live together. Unless it is an actual marriage with a marriage certificate.
Okay, so it has to be documented.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, anyone can say they're married.
Oh wait, I'm so sorry. She's next. So sorry, we'll come back to you.
So I would like to know if you overstay, is marriage the only way to address your status?
All right, so you're taking me down a rabbit hole. Here's the thing. If you overstay, you have to adjust your status.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You can have a spouse file for you. You can have a child over the age of 21 file for you. You can have an employer file for you. Now, what you're asking me is if, and as a lawyer, I cannot tell you that you can marry just for immigration purposes, because that is illegal.
I don't know, because I hear a lot of people asking marriage. So I just.
Well, when you're going for an interview, it's very important. They'll try to figure out whether or not it's a valid marriage or it's a red car, whatever. Who drove the car? I drove the car. The husband goes in and they ask, how did you get here? He got here by a Dodge or something, and yet they came together, okay? And someone else drove. And I'm sitting there when both of them come into the interview, and I can see the conflict, and the officer looks at me like, okay? I explained this to another client that I was taking into for interview, and they went in and did the same thing. And when I asked her why, she said, I don't know. I just lied. And I said, why? Don't you know all Africans we lie? That was the answer that I got. Okay? So if you marry just for immigration purposes, it normally, it's not legal. Let's put it that way. It must be a valid marriage, and they will check to see who was at the wedding, was there, food, and they're gonna ask you, and you'll say, if it's personal, you probably don't want.
No,
okay, go ahead.
A brother from my country, so they're both not citizens. So
they are not citizens.
Yes.
Who is there?
Both of them.
Your brother, the brother and the wife?
Yes. So the wife got a job in the US, and then she filed a spousal visa for the husband to come in here, but it has to be renewed like after 2 years, something like that. I don't know the names of the visas. So, but now he's living under constant abuse from the wife that if you don't do this, I'm not gonna file for you. I'm not going to
file for you.
Renew the.
It's a 2-year visa.
Yes, it's like a 2-year permit for the husband to come and stay here with the wife while the wife she's working. So
what is she in the medical field?
Yes, she's working in the medical field, and then she filed so that the husband can come in here. So every time he's bring all the money to me, do this or else I'm not gonna renew. And then
I'll give you my number. You can have him call me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. That's part of use too.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. I have a question here. What is tax ID? Because the lady said, how can someone get a tax ID to work in the United States?
You can get a tax ID.
Oh, any social security nana.
TIN number?
You can get one by applying for it.
Oh, so everybody can apply it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have, green card.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even if you don't have green card, you don't have.
TIN.
So there's an.
Oh, okay, Violet, you heard it.
There's an application. You file the application, and they'll go through the process and determine whether they approve it or not. It's that simple.
They'll use your passport.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
it's not as common as it used to be, though.
Oh,
Okay. So she needs to go to. So
So you go ahead.
Mama Mr. My hand.
Huh?
So how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
All right. I have a quick question based on 204C, which I believe you
On
204C.
204C. Okay.
Yeah, which I believe you know.
Go ahead.
So I do have a friend. He's been here for a couple of years in the time frame. So he was based on the previous work. Right now he's been married for so long, but he's so he was basically in removal proceeding.
He was in removal proceedings?
Due to the forced marriage. So he was in 204C. But now, the removal proceeding has been dismissed. But it's been dismissed going on. So like there was no answer him moving forward with the current wife. They were still charging him with 204C on his record.
Is there any form of relief when you're charged with the 204C?
That's the type one. I don't know that there's any. That's something I would have to check for you. That's something I have not come across.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you.
You never had no client with the 204C?
No.
Oh.
What is 204? It's
Yeah.
private?
Yeah.
Private, okay. All right, sir. I think he's next and then.
All right, my next question is, you come right here on a student visa.
A student?
Yes, on a student visa. Then after 6 months, you lose your status, your I-20. So
You do what?
You lose your I-20. Yes. My question is, how can you get it back? How can you get it back?
You have to reapply. First is whether or not are you in school or not. If you come here on a student visa,
I stopped after 6 months. I stopped, so I want to
So,
going back to school. Be like
you have to reapply
for the visa or for the I-20.
for the I-120.
Okay.
But if you come here on a student visa and you decide that I'm not going to school, I got someone called the other day. My daughter came here. She came on a student visa. She's only been here 2 months, but I don't have money for her to go to school. Obviously, she didn't really come to go to school, right? She came for other reasons. So, if you have a student visa, you have to be a student. Yeah.
All right, he's next and then.
I have a question. My question is, what about if someone is divorced back home and come here and marry US citizen and get his green card, and then the marriage didn't go well with the U.S. Citizen and they get divorced?
The marriage didn't go well. Let's put that in our back pocket. Go ahead. Go ahead.
They divorce. Can that person still go back and marry his divorced wife?
Yeah, that's what she means.
Well,
yeah,
I
think it's possible.
Legally, yes. You can marry anyone that you want to, as long as you're not married to her. I want my green card, so I'm gonna say.
No, this is just a question.
Let me
say something.
So,
not you.
So I'm gonna send the divorce papers over there, and I'm gonna divorce her. She understands the game, and now I'm gonna marry Susie over here and pretend.
Me.
Okay.
Can my wife apply for work authorization to work whilst I'm also working?
While you're working? Are you working legally?
Yes, I came here with a work visa.
Oh, you have
with
a
my
work.
wife.
Okay.
And my wife's status is based on me working here. Is there any way my wife can also apply for a working visa? Like a work permit, work authorization.
Let me think. You know, I'm not sure how she would do that. I can't think of any way that I would have to check that up too. I don't know of any way that she can do that. How did she get here?
She came here with her husband because the husband was coming to work in the United States.
What kind of work is the husband doing?
She worked for a company, and the company filed for the visa, work authorization, and everything.
Oh. So eventually, you will become a green card holder.
Yeah.
And you will petition for her.
Yeah, so that is why I'm asking, can the wife too apply for a work authorization?
Once you petition for her, yes, it goes along. You file the petition, you file application for authorization to work, and you file for an adjustment of status, all at the same time.
Yeah, but I know some of them don't have green card. They just have work authorization that allow them to go and come back anytime with no green card. Because they
then you
are
can't petition for a person if you don't have legal status. You can't petition for that person.
Okay.
You have to either be a green card holder or a citizen for you to be able to petition for anyone.
So
yeah. Unless you're an employer, you know, a spouse or something like that, you really don't have the legal status to do it. Think about it. If I'm here and I'm illegal and I bring my sister in, and because we're living in the same house, it doesn't mean that
No, the husband is legal to work. In the
Yeah,
United
but he
States.
doesn't have a green card.
So he have to wait till he
So the
gets
husband has to get a green card.
Once he's able to get a green card, he can petition for the wife. In terms of her petitioning for work permit, that I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that.
So it's him first and then you.
Oh, you.
Have your hand up?
Yeah, the
Oh,
lady.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
My friend, and she has her husband is an American citizen, and his wife is in Ghana with 2 children. He's not taking care of them. I should go to the American embassy and tell them child support on him.
That's a good question, though. That's a very good question.
Child support.
That's in Ghana.
In Africa.
You want America to fight for her?
You gotta take it to Ghana for
No, let's get the details.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get the details. The husband is here. He's a U.S. citizen. Okay, and the wife is back there with 2 children. Is he married here?
No, he's not married, but he's not taking care of the children. So can she go to the embassy?
Wait, he's already a citizen?
Yes.
The husband is a citizen.
Yeah, I'm getting it. She can do that.
Nice.
Yeah. It's possible.
What's to stop her?
Nothing.
Nothing.
But is he still married to that lady?
Yes, he's not taking care of her, so she can go to the embassy.
He's still married to the woman in Ghana?
Yeah.
How did he get his green card and citizenship here?
I don't know, but the border and one is asylum.
He got asylum?
Yes, asylum, yes.
Yeah, she can do that if she wants child support.
So you can file child support.
You can't file it. She can. If she asks me if you can go to the embassy and let them know, and I'm saying there's nothing to stop her.
Oh, okay, but you cannot file child support, but you can go to the embassy
You
and
can go.
report it.
Yeah. I don't know that anything will happen because there's probably so many people here that's doing that, but I mean, there's nothing that says she can't.
Because I'm thinking that you're going.
Okay, who is next?
Who's next? You next, sir.
Okay, I'd like to advise them on something like that because it has happened to one of our fellow countrymen. Somebody, the wife, they beat somebody where I come from was trying to, and the embassy told them that they are not the cause. It is child support is decided by court, not the embassy.
Whether or not she
they have to be DNA that he has to prove that he is the father, blah blah blah. Because they can't just get the story from the woman.
No, she's asking if she can go to the embassy and report it. And the answer is yes, she can do what she wants to do. What they're gonna do with the information, I have no idea. But can she do it? Yeah. Now your answer to her is whether or not there's gonna be results because it's not a family court, and that's what you're telling her. Yeah.
And my question now is like, how do you guys, as an immigration attorney, you know how like those people that interviews are immigrants? What are really the key areas that they're looking to prove that a marriage is valid or a marriage is not?
Okay.
What is really that they're looking for?
Okay.
Yes.
Seriously, is if you are married to a U.S. citizen just for the green card and you're living here and the person is living there and you just have a bank account with $5 in it with the names on it, you got a couple of pieces of clothes in the house, but the person really doesn't live there, immigration can find that out. All they have to do is visit your house. Show up unannounced. When you go in, the questions they're going to ask you is, I'll tell you some of the questions. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Who made the breakfast? What time did you go to bed last night? And if both of you have two different answers, it's obvious you're not in the same house. Those are some of the questions that they ask. Did you file tax returns together? Maybe, maybe not. What is his work schedule? What is her work schedule? She doesn't know what time he comes in from work, what time he goes to work. She doesn't even know where he works. those are questions that they'll ask that will fine-tune whether or not the marriage is valid or not.
So the strength of it is when you give consistent information, right?
Conflicting information can pick it up right away. Or if they kind of just suspect something, they'll put it on hold and they'll get back to you, and then they'll show up at your house and a couple of times. Yeah. So it's no way that, you know, you should try to get around it. If it's illegal, it's illegal. And sometimes, you know, they mistake sometimes, but if you outright lie to the federal authorities, it is a crime. So you want to stay above the fray.
So back in the days, you can get away with this type of thing.
Back in the day.
But a few years ago, they started going to the houses. Like a couple of people that I know, they were sleeping, and they just show up in the middle of the night. They just ask them, open your drawer, let me see, where is this
I'll tell you another thing too.
Where is his underwear? Where is this? They just like ransack the house to
Yes.
make sure that the person you're married to is legit.
Yeah.
So what happens is that they ask you psychological questions when you go, trick questions. You might not take it seriously, but it's giving them an idea if they should come to your house or not.
If they suspect it, they'll come, they'll visit.
It has to be legit, so they're really onto it. And I bet you it's some of our Ghanaians or some of the Africans that probably went and gave them all the G's. You know, it's amazing how they catching people. They onto us.
I'll tell you another story is that the person you marry to have to want to get you your green card. That person, even if it's someone that you're married and you're living with, you have children with, you're going everywhere together and stuff, that person still has to want you here. Let me give you an example. You're going to the embassy, not the embassy, the immigration here. Husband comes in, he has 4 children, and they ask you, do you know the children? Yes, you met them, blah, 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 blah. He comes in, and everything that you say, he says the opposite. He doesn't know, she doesn't know my children. I can't remember this. I had this actually happen. And the wife doesn't know that this is going on the inside, and he comes out smiling. Like, but he did it on purpose. So the point that I'm making is that if it is your spouse, and that spouse don't want you to get the green card,
It can mess you up.
it can mess you up. So you have to be on the same page. If it's a marriage that is not valid, I recommend that you don't go to immigration, because if it's not valid, it's illegal.
Alright, so you next, and then you.
Oh, my question? All right. I came late. I don't know. Maybe my question has been answered.
No worries.
Okay. Since after the Corona thing, immigration processing has been very, very difficult back in our countries.
I know that.
So, is there anything that we needed to do down here to facilitate it?
Not a thing that I can do. Once it goes up to your country, there's nothing that I can do. Nothing.
You are still been holding up with the NVC?
They're waiting for the visa number, and yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
Once it's out of here, it's nothing that I personally can do. That's why I say if you're in the country and you can file for citizenship or whatever, or the person comes in on a visitor's visa and you can do the adjustment of status in this country, it's a lot easier than trying to get it done outside of the country.
Okay, so he's next.
I have another question. So I have a son in Europe. He's holding European passport, and he can come and go anytime he wants. I know they can stay for up to 90 days. If I want to file for him, can I file for him whilst he's here and can still go back and forth, or does he have to stay here until the immigration?
You can do either one. If he's over there, you can petition for him. And if he comes here, you can petition for him. The difference is that if he's here and he overstays or he's on a visitor's visa, you can apply for an adjustment of status, which means his status would change from visitor to permanent resident. So that's the difference. But you can petition for him whether he's there or whether he's here.
No, what I mean is, let's say if I file for him here, can he still go back to Europe and come back all the time like he's still doing?
He can, but if you petition for him and say, I want him here as a permanent resident, what you're saying is like, he may not go back. But you can, and he can come and go as he pleases, as long as he has a valid visa. If the visa is valid, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask, right? What are the conditions for a 10-year visa, a 10-year green card holder who has stayed as holder 10 years for 2 years? What are the conditions for?
What is, say it again?
Someone with a 10-year green card, right?
Yeah.
Is holding that 10-year green card for like 2 years or going right now.
Okay.
What are the conditions for such kind of thing to be revoked, the green card to be revoked?
Oh. Anything illegal can cause a revocation. Criminal, any criminal activity. If you lied on that document to get you the green card, they can still take it back from you if they find out that. Years ago, there was a guy that was here, and he was here for 10 more years. I was doing his citizenship, and come to find out that when he was coming here, on the application, he said that he was not married. So his mom brought him here, but at the time he was married. And guess what? They revoked his green card because he lied on the papers. And he's been here for all these years. So you just gotta be honest, you just gotta be truthful.
Yeah. My last question. I just want to find out on this adjustment of status. Apart from marriage, your son or daughter filing for you, your employer, is there any other way that you can use?
Yeah, if you've been married to someone and you've been abused, and you can document that, you can petition for yourself. I hope no one can abuse. No one is abusing you.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question for you.
Okay, so my son got in my country, 20 years old.
20.
Yes, if he gets a visiting visa that he wants to he comes here, I can adjust his status and file for him here, and that's going to be quicker. How long?
I can't give you a time now since COVID, but it normally, within 18 months or so, you used to be able to get that work. But the petition will be approved and he can file for authorization to work while the adjustment of status is being processed.
I have a question. Young Chi, he said, if you cross the Mexico border and enter here illegally, can you go back to home country?
Can you go back home? If your home doesn't refuse you,
how would you go?
That's your home.
How would you go back?
Okay, so you're coming from
Mexico border.
And you live in the United States.
Yes, and now you want to go back home.
You want to go back to your home.
So how
you have a passport for your home.
Of course, definitely.
Oh, okay.
That would allow you to go.
Then what I would do if it was me, I would get a plane ticket and get on the plane and go back home.
Oh, okay. Young Joe,
the question is like this. I think in most cases, people with UIP to visa who come to US have some, at least about 6 months to
6 months, yes.
Now, some people want to be smart, and maybe before the 6 months, they can go to Mexico, get their passport stamp, and come back. And that is probably, I'm just asking.
I'm not understanding the question.
What I'm
who are you laughing?
From what she just asked.
Oh, okay. Then let me make my own clear. What I'm saying is, assuming you come with a B1, B2 visa, and you have a maximum of 6 months to stay, and you wanted, maybe you are certain circumstances, you have overstayed before the 6 months. You managed to go to Mexico.
What are you going there for?
Oh, maybe for a visit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you come into the country, you have a visitor's visa,
Sure.
you overstay, so now you're illegal, and
Maybe
now
before the 6 months, you decided to visit Mexico.
What were you doing here? What were you doing here for?
Queen Mother. My children are paid for life. Can I still
Let me
fight?
just play the devil's advocate.
And how long
You
does
decided
it
to visit
please?
Mexico
Okay.
as a visitor. And
Queen
come
Mother,
back
may I ask a question
before
now?
the 6 months expired. You still enjoy the additional 6 months they gave you.
I have a question. Oh, she hasn't answered
no,
it.
I don't have an answer to that. No.
Okay, I have a question from you. That is from Queen Mother. She said, please. I have a question from you. That's from Queen Mother. She said, my children are over 30 years. Can I still fight for them? And how long does it take, please?
Is she a U.S. citizen?
Definitely, she might be a U.S. citizen.
Yeah, she can file for adult children.
For 30 years? They are 30 years.
But they're her children, right?
Yes.
And she's a U.S. citizen?
Yes. So she can. So I have a question. So why can't the 30 years fight for herself? And she can fight for herself. The 30
How
years.
can she file for herself?
Oh, she's in Ghana. Oh, okay. Matthias, I got it. Okay, yes. Okay, Queen Mother. She said yes, you can fight for them. And then she said, how long is it going to take?
I have no idea.
She has no idea. Okay.
All right, so I have a question. What is IAH4W?
IH4W.
IH4W, right?
I don't know.
IH4W.
Exemption for what? I have no idea.
Mommy,
Be honest
question.
with you.
You're not free. Mommy, question.
Huh?
You're not free. Question. Mommy's a question. Cloud, tell her, what does that mean? Question mark. Mommy's a question. More
I don't
question.
know. Maybe I have to get a little bit information from you, but off the top of my head, it's not. I don't know.
Mommy's a question.
I don't really know.
Are
you talking about 864? Are you talking about 864 affidavit? Is that what you mean?
No, the other one is W.
Yeah, I'd have to say I don't know. I don't really know.
So do you want to ask the next question?
There's another question, or
No, she has one. Go ahead.
If someone comes through the border and the person has credible fear,
And they have what?
credible fear,
Credible? Credible fear. Oh, credible fear. What is credible fear? You go ahead.
Yes, the person has credible fear. What is credible fear?
Credible fear is credible fear. It's got to be credible.
In the asylum, the credible
It has to be political, religious, persecution, economic, credible fear.
So in the asylum, what's the chances of
Okay,
the asylum?
I'm going to ask you a question.
The chances are good if you can prove that it's credible fear.
Overstay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be credible though.
That means if you come out with a parole, like you had positive.
You have credible fear and you come
had
with the
positive.
parole.
Can you
What
prove-
are your chances?
If you live in Ghana, say I'm running because someone is trying to shoot me for whatever reason, and there's nothing like that. There's no war. There's nothing going on in Ghana. There's nothing to prove what you said. It's just an outright lie. It's not credible fear. It's a made up. So it's got to be credible. It's what it is.
I have a question for you.
And when the other thing is when you saying these things, you have to remember, because there's a saying that a liar has to have a good memory, right? So I took someone in for citizenship, and they had come here as a refugee, they got asylum and everything. And when the interviewer asks him, have you ever been arrested? Have you ever been locked up? Have you ever been? No. He said, no, never been. But the application for asylum back in the day, it had all those things on it. So a lawyer has to have good memory.
I have two questions now to ask. One is from Lizzie. She said, please, what would someone do if she or he overstay? It's a question. It's a question. I mean, she's asking.
Okay, there's two things you can do. You can go back or you can continue to overstay.
Okay, Lizzie, no, question.
No, seriously. You can seek to get your status adjusted if you have a means to get it done.
She has one more.
Okay, I have one more here. It says...
Okay, can I get the person that is here first? Go ahead.
All right, so for the 5-year-old back in Jamaica, say when I go for my interview, they say, okay...
I'm going to stop you.
Okay.
Call me and I'll give you a free consultation with the details.
Okay.
Because it's very general what you're giving me and some things may be left out that would affect my answer. So I'll leave my number, call me and we can go.
So I have a question. That is cloudy. I had filed for my green card renewal, got a notice that next milestone is decision. What does that mean?
I don't even understand it.
He said, I have filed for my green card renewal.
Renewal?
Yes, got a notice that next milestone is decision.
I have no idea. What is the milestone and what is the decision? If you have the green card, what would be the decision? I don't know.
So I think basically they're trying to tell you that the next thing they do is decision.
They normally don't communicate like that though. I don't know.
Okay, another one. I said, apart from my marriage, children or family filing, is there any other means to get a green card?
As an employer, you could.
My queen mother, are you an employer? Let me know, because she want to know. Another one says, what is P227 lottery?
What?
P227 lottery.
I don't know. I can only tell that there's a lottery. P227.
Yeah, lottery.
Don't know.
Maybe it's about to come.
And then what is this one? Asylum. Asylum. Okay. Can asylum seekers get travel documents to different countries?
Why different countries? If you're here, you come to seek asylum. Don't you want to wait until you get the asylum, get your green card, and sort it out before you? I mean, what, you gonna start visiting all of a sudden? I don't know. I don't see, if you come here and your thing is to get a green card, sit tight until you get it. Where you gonna run and go here and you get stopped on the border, or you get stopped for whatever reason, or they look in your bag and they see something and then you never get that green card. Get the green card. If you're eligible to get your citizenship, then you can go wherever you want to go.
So you mean, by this, you mean, how often can a green card holder travel internationally?
Anytime, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You can travel as long as you're not on droughts and stuff like that. Is, you know.
All right, so
Yeah.
wait, he's first.
So I filed immigration. I filed a petition for my wife, and that petition I mailed it through USPS.
USCIS.
USPS.
Okay.
I tracked the number. It says it has arrived.
Okay.
And I know USCIS, within 30 days, they will send you a receipt. It's been over 60 days. How am I going to contact them since they don't have any information to know that information? How am I going to know that they have it?
But you just said it was. You just said it was received, though, right?
Yeah, it's when you track it, it says
so
it has been received.
Yeah, so you know they have it. So you know that they have it because
they have it, but no receipt has been sent to me. Nothing shows that they have received it.
There's an 800 352 5283 something like that you can call. There's I forgot. I don't know if that's the exact number, but you can call them and ask. But if it's 30 days, 60 days, the chances are, you know, did you get the check? Did you send a check? Did the check clear? Oh, you sent a money order. Okay. See, normally if you send a personal check, you can see that the check has been cashed.
I went to post office to check if the money order been cashed.
Where is this coming?
Yeah. It's probably just in process. It's probably just in process.
It's a community resource center. They help people.
Yeah, mine is just a general question. Let's say you try the green card by marriage or any other method and then it fails. Can you go to the next? Let's say I got money to invest.
You got what?
Money to invest and I can find as an, like you said, you can find as an employer, right? You said somebody can file as an employer.
An employer can file for you.
Let's say first I started with the marriage and they rejected
Facebook
Why
would they reject it? That's the key there, because if they reject it because you lied to the government, you can file any which way you want. You still lied, and it's going to be on record. When you go in there, they have your file. They can tell you more about yourself than you know. Okay? I went in there with a lady one day. We go to get her citizenship, and she tells me she has 2 children. And the officer looked at me like, so she's got 5 children. So I'm like, why did, you know, we were able to correct the document and stuff. I didn't file her petition first, so it had nothing to do with me. But just tell the truth. So if you get rejected because you lied and you file another way, it doesn't mean it's not going to be on the record. So, you follow me? It's different to back in the day when there were no computers, and when you go in there, you have to swear to tell the truth. It's an oath you take, and it's on record.
This one is a very important. I got a DNA denying me of my child.
Guys, listen up.
Quiet, please.
Men, listen up. Go ahead.
I got a DNA denying me of my child.
Quiet, please.
And I go back home, and I got another DNA get tested, and it proved that it is my child.
Which one proved that it's not? Is it immigration?
Immigration DNA denied me of my child because according to their DNA, it's not my child. But when I went home back, I got tested, it got passed. That is my child.
Who's the one that tested? Who's the one that tested you when you went back home?
Back home we have DNA centers. Who do I blame now?
No, there's no one to blame. The person that tested you when you went back home, is that someone that is friendly to your child's mother?
No, a DNA center. That's what
a DNA center. I don't understand how you could have 2 separate outcomes. So, yeah. Which country is it?
Let's say Ghana.
What country actually is it?
Ghana.
Okay. So I'll give you a real case from Ghana. This is real. So there are 3 children in the family. Okay. The husband and the wife, the 3 children belong to them. I personally filed the papers for them. If you look at the children, you look at them, 2 of the children belongs to him. Just by looking at them. 1 really doesn't. Okay? So they're ready to come from Ghana here now, and they did the DNA. And they said one of the children is definitely not his. The wife says it is his. We went back and forth. Then she said, I went somewhere and I got, they put something in my blood. The bushman put something in my blood. Another story she came up with, she went somewhere, she was drunk and somebody did something. The child was not the man's child. Okay? We were still able to get, I was still able to get that child here. For the simple reason that the 3 children were raised together. That's the only father that child knew. And legally on the documents that he was the father. That's the only reason. The child was not his. So think about it.
All right. Thank you very much. They tell us in our local language that the thing will be getting sweeter.
Oh, so we done?
Also,
oh, I have one question, Pay. What is August DQIL being issued in Ghana? What is that?
I think maybe a new form that is out. Maybe we'll research after this meeting and then maybe so
please,
on behalf of all of us in the African country, 54 of us, we want to thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedule to be with us here. We appreciate your presence so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate the questions because it saves a lot of time and money because someone tells me this and someone tells me that, and you go and you follow these directions, and then you come and you want me to work a miracle, and I can't. So what you can do, you have my number. I think it's on Thursdays that we set up. You can call me between 3 and 5. I will answer your questions without any cost. Okay.
So, just remember the
the center 3 and 5.
So the center have Madam Ado that time is the only time she can do it for free.
Precisely.
Yeah.
For
because
of the center. So take your time.
All right, guys. We have good refreshments in the back for everyone. Please don't exit without taking one. We have water, we have drinks, and we have goodie bags for you guys to take just to show our appreciation. And also, like I mentioned, I was joking, but I wasn't joking. Since this is a non-profit organization, when you go in outside, you can dig in your pocket. This is our red box right here. We don't charge for anything. Whatever you feel inclined to drop in there, please feel free to do that for us.
Can I drop a check later on?
Is it gonna bounce? Yes. Okay. So please, let's all enjoy the refreshment in the back. You have another question?
It's not a question, but just to thank Madam for all that she's doing.
You pay. I don't know.
You leave it right
Hey,
there.
wait,
That was my next
On
thing.
behalf of all the guests that we live here, I say thank you, Madam.
How do we get it?
So everyone, I don't know
bring
if
your
you
phone, I'll
guys
help you.
heard what she said. Let us all say a big thank you to Miss Ado for making
Thank you so much, Miss Ado, for coming. God bless you, Miss Ado.
Miss Ado, hope to see you the next 2 months or 3 months.
But we need to have a good picture. A good picture.
Okay, I'll call you.
Grandpa, you have a phone? Let me go to YouTube. Let me subscribe. Now I show. I try to YouTube. Yeah. What? Please, bring your phone so that I'm going to send it to YouTube so you guys can watch it from there. Oh, okay.
Can we have a group picture?
You are going to give it to this man.
Yeah.
What's up, kid? I'm good, man. Don't be bad. Oh, please go to the back and pick your goodie bags over there and have a refreshment.
Yeah, having pictures.
Okay, let's take the picture and then. Let's take the picture right quick.
There's an application where
Hey, Papa.
Yeah.
Papa.
Let's take a picture right quick.
YouTuber now.
Who are media? No, Facebook. Who are Facebook?
Yeah, I have it.
Huh? Facebook, the wood. I'm on Facebook.
Yeah, sure.
Take a picture live on Facebook and TikTok.
We are having pictures. Who's taking a picture?
I don't understand
Hey, Papa, what's this coming to YouTube channel? Annie. Abusiafo TV. Meaning Abusiafo. Me photo kra videos ko. Alright guys. Abusiafo me number never to drama mo na mas. Queen I say thank you. Papa for how. I say thank you all. Most thanks to Miss Ado. Miss Ado, somebody Queen Mother said thank you so much. God bless you. Yeah, Queen Mother, God bless you too. Oh, money my one for fair. I mean they are taking the pictures. It's woman on this please, are you not going to ask our question? Which question? Because maybe sir, I'll guess DQ. No, they said they don't even know that means what I guess DQ means. They don't know. Hey, Papa. Oh my episode of Nana. Oh, the cool. Anybody interview now? Send me again.
I have one more.
My wife.
So that one.
Ready.
Me picture me try dia. Anya dem mo be bo, nti ha me me try. I don't know if you're trying to